So. Ja, einen wunderschönen guten Abend. Und so weiter. Alles gut. Ja. Bisschen kalt. Bisschen kalt heute. Aber ansonsten läuft alles ganz gut. Und ja. Hoffe bei euch, bei dir, bei euch auch. So, teilweise kennen wir das, glaube ich, schon. Für alle, die gestern nicht dabei waren, den Teil von gestern, den lade ich dann auch irgendwann auf YouTube hoch. Bla bla bla. Bla bla.
You're really cute, Labby Child.
Are you all listening to me? Labrys needs to face her shadow now and...
Ah, okay. Also irgendwo da, hier waren wir. Dir ist warm. Das ist gut. Okay. Also heute machen wir ein bisschen Persona 4 Arena weiter. Persona 5, wie gesagt. Eventuell Cuphead weiter. Majora's Mask. Dark Souls eventuell. Ahead in Time fangen wir eventuell an. Und ja. Schauen wir mal. This was going well at first, but now everyone's talking about different things and we're completely off topic. Hier waren wir schon. Ja, die Schwester, bla bla bla. Ja, diese Roboter.
My mission to retrieve you has brought me here.
Ja, das kennen wir.
We can discuss that later. Right now, I gotta do this.
It's okay. We're all right here with you.
Okay, ich glaube irgendwo da hier waren wir. I indicate my friends that have gathered around her. I had been forced to fight against my friends, just as Labrys had in the past, but I had been able to endure the suffering that Labrys had not. Of course, I hadn't been forced to fight to the death. But the biggest difference between Labrys and me is that I wasn't alone. What if I had been all alone in this place? What if everyone else had forgotten about me and I'd had to fight all alone? Just the thought of that hurt. Labrys had been forced to endure that pain. She must have thought that there was no escaping it, but she'll be all right now. We are not going to reject her. It doesn't matter if she's a machine. She's not alone anymore.
Yeah.
Labrys slowly looks around at all the faces, searching each one for confirmation. Finally, she turns back to me and nods. Labrys then walks over to face her shadow. When she walks, she no longer seems to be bound by her fear. She then looks down at herself. She looks at the mechanical body that she had okay, convinced herself she didn't have.
That's right.
Ich lebe, ja.
You're me.
Conker's Bad Fur Day Uncensored. Conker's Bad Fur Day habe ich schon mal gestreamt. Das ist schon ein bisschen her. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob das... Ich glaube, das müsste sogar die unzensierte Version gewesen sein. Ich bin mir nicht sicher. Aber Conker's Bad Fur Day habe ich schon mal gestreamt. Aber wie gesagt, ist schon länger her. Habe ich, glaube ich, aber nicht richtig aufgenommen gehabt, oder? Müsste ich bei Gelegenheit mal auf YouTube gucken. Wenn es dazu keine Aufnahmen oder sowas gibt, dann wäre es auch kein Problem, das nochmal irgendwann zu spielen. Damit wir dann schöne Archivaufnahmen auf YouTube haben. Labrys and her shadow turn to face one another and stare into each other's eyes. She can't avoid looking at the shadow now.
You're the way I was on the inside, screaming to be understood. The pain wanting to be known. You're all I couldn't say. You were always inside me. You're me. A machine with a heart.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I ignored you all this time. I was the one who left you all alone. No. You are me, after all.
Oh no.
This is my persona.
Mir geht's gut. Wie geht's dir? Labras accepted the existence of her shadow and obtained a persona. It's finally over. We take Labras with us and follow Teddy and Rise to the school's rooftop, where they say it's connected to the TV in Jeunesse. The invisible walls are all gone. Perhaps there were walls like that wherever she came from, and she drew on that in making this place. But I have a feeling she's truly been freed from those walls now. As in confirmation, Labras is slowly warming up to us, smiling more and responding to us when we start talking to her. When we reach the rooftop, we are surprised to see that the TV world has regained the studio-like appearance that we were accustomed to. However, there are two unfamiliar faces waiting for us.
Mitsuru-san, Akihiko-san.
These people have overwhelmingly intense presences, but thankfully they don't seem to be enemies. The moment we see them, we tense up, but after Aige-san calls out in recognition, we learn that they are her friends.
I'm Mitsuru Kirijo, Labras' handler.
Gestrige plötzliche Verschwinden. Kein Problem. Nie schlimm. A bodysuit like something out of a movie with a fur coat on top. It's a look that doesn't really work, but her name immediately reminds me of something. The Kirijo Group, and if she has the same name, she must be quite an influential person in it. The research organization that developed Labras and Aige-san must belong to her.
I'm Akihiko Sanada. Sorry for all this trouble.
The man with the red cape appears to be quite comfortable with Mitsuru-san and Aige-san. He must have been helping them fight shadows for some time. Is there some reason why people on shadow extermination squads have to dress like crazy people?
So, what's going to happen to Labras now?
Before we fully introduced each other, Yosuke asks Mitsuru-san what I've been wondering myself. I know all of us must have been worried about this, but I was waiting for a good moment to bring that up. Even Yosuke seems to have realized how out of line his question is, and he shrinks back sheepishly, as if regretting having asked the question. I know why Yosuke is worried, but why does he keep stepping on landmines like this? Well, if he's already stepped on it, we may as well wait for the smoke to clear and see if there's any answer.
Well, you deserve to know. We were thinking of sealing her away again.
They were thinking. Did something change their minds? Mitsuru-san turns to Labras. There's a smile on her face, but is she smiling for the reason we hope she is?
But our report from Aige says that thanks to you, Labras has acquired a persona. She's hardly a rogue test unit anymore. Besides, she has a heart.
Neue Creepypastas. Also an Halloween kommt ein Video. Und dann nach und nach. Immer mal wieder. Ja. Also Halloween kommt auf jeden Fall. Creepypasta und ja, dann nach und nach, wie gesagt, immer mal wieder, wenn ich Zeit und Lust habe. Und ja. Telltale, welche Comics? Telltale, welche Comics? Deadpool, Telltale-Spiel wäre recht unterhaltsam. Now Level 4, sehr schön. Wird ja langsam wieder. Ansonsten Batman gibt's ja. Spider-Man eventuell. Ja. Mehr fällt mir jetzt spontan nicht ein.
We would never treat anyone with a heart so poorly.
Yeah, we did it!
Thank goodness! I'm so happy for you, Labrys!
My friends roar in excitement. Labrys looks around at us all, bewildered before saying anything. Even though we've only known her for a very short time, we've already come to accept her as our friend. Mitsuru-san's words come out as a great relief. As if I'd been worried that she might lock me up too.
Good job, guys.
Hallo
Let me say
Speedman.
thanks.
Was halte ich von Monster Hunter? Monster Hunter ist eine Reihe, die mich sehr interessiert. Ich habe schon mehrmals versucht reinzukommen, bloß irgendwie ist es nichts für mich. Sieht sehr interessant aus, sieht sehr unterhaltsam aus und ziemlich cool und alles, bloß irgendwie ist es nichts für mich, leider. Auch wenn ich... Vielleicht versuche ich es irgendwann trotzdem nochmal und vielleicht checke ich dann alles und verstehe alles und habe dann auch meinen Spaß dann, aber wie gesagt, ich habe schon ein paar Mal probiert, aber irgendwie war es nie wirklich was für mich. Aber insgesamt an sich ist es sehr, sehr interessant und ziemlich cool. Monster Hunter Stories bin ich noch nicht dazu gekommen. Leider. Muss ich noch machen. Ghost Rider als Telltale. Ghost Rider kenne ich nicht so besonders gut. Könnte eventuell ganz gut werden, aber da kenne ich mich zu wenig. Aus. He speaks without any hint of concern, but I see a touch of gratitude in Akihiko-san's eyes. He certainly looks, how can I put it, bold, but he must be an honest and upright person. I guess I could call him stoic. There's a distinct brusqueness to him. There's no way that people who so considerate would neglect the goodness of Labrys' heart. It seems that Labrys can't believe everything she's hearing. She turns from Akihiko back to Mitsuru-san.
You're not gonna lock me up again? No foolin'?
We only seal away objects. If I did that to you, knowing you have a heart, I'd be no different from the Kirijo Corporation of old. Labrys, you've been blessed with good friends.
Labrys looks stunned for a moment, then scrunches up her face as if about to cry, but then her face lights up with a brilliant smile. Who would think that anyone capable of making these expressions was just a machine? I find myself almost moved to tears as well. We are just about to leap forward to congratulate Labrys once again when... But Labrys' head drops suddenly, like a puppet whose strings have been severed. I'm about to rush over to see what the matter is, when I see Akihiko-san take a fighting stance. I realize that this is no ordinary matter. Suddenly a bizarre voice emanates from Labrys.
It's not over yet.
But that isn't Labrys' voice. This abnormality seems to have made Mitsuru-san come to a realization.
What? It's the same communication system as ours.
Everyone, step away from Labrys!
Spiel leise. Und mach's mal ein bisschen lauter. Hoffe, jetzt passt. Batman, Telltale, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze und Riddler. Habe ich leider noch nicht gespielt. Muss ich mal machen. Mitsuru-san and Akiko-san rapidly shout instructions to us. We all spread out and watch Labrys from a distance.
I cannot gain access. She is being hacked.
What?
It isn't coming from inside this facility. The signal originates elsewhere.
You mean outside the TV?
Outside the TV, that's right. I curse at myself for having forgotten what was supposed to have been the cause of all this. All this was going on because Labrys had somehow been placed into a TV. So there has to be someone outside who threw her in here. The same person who stole Labrys from the Kiricho group, then threw her into a TV, is now taking direct control over her.
This is just a little extra resistance. Now, entertain me.
But the nonchalant irgendwas. The nonchalant voice fills with malice. With a dazed look in her eyes, Labrys looks up and dashes forward. She's fast. Barely dodge her eggs in time. Surprised, I look up at Labrys once more. Her eyes are blank, as if she wasn't looking at anything. Those eyes were once filled with the strength of responsibility and an awareness of duty. Her face had once been filled with sorrow over her painful past, and she has smiled when she had found real friendship for the first time in her life. Whoever is controlling her has stolen all these things from Labrys. Then, won't let her be hurt like this anymore. We'll save her no matter what it takes. Keine Ahnung. Irgendwelche Wünsche, was ich nehmen soll. Save no matter what it takes. Eins.
She's suffered enough. I won't let you hurt her.
Okay. Ja, ich glaube, das macht nicht wirklich Unterschied. Stimmt schon. So, wieder kämpfen, yay. Ja, Hilfe. Yo! Yo! Ja gut. Ja gut. Sehr gut.
Welcome to the
Very well.
Ah ja.
Final. Fight.
Persona, go! It's over! Go!
Nein! Ich war doch gerade so gut. Na! Gut. Wie ist der neue Senpai? Von mir aus.
My, she was quite easily defeated. Evidently, I didn't push her far enough. Well, she is a test unit, so this is as far as my little game goes.
Labras has stopped moving. The only sound is the smug voice that continues to come from her. Those heartless words cause anger to boil up within me.
Who are you? Why are you toying with people's emotions like this? Labras isn't a tool. If you want to fight, then come out and fight!
You're quite passionate. You, Narukami, was it?
This person, whoever he is, knows about me. Then maybe it isn't a coincidence that we were dragged into this. This revelation shakes all of us.
Labras's shadow was only the mastermind of the tournament. I see now. You're the true culprit behind the whole thing.
Indeed. It was I who stole Labras away. Since I don't have a persona and can't enter a TV, I needed a puppet that could run amok for me. Labras's persona was only partially awakened, so I had a feeling her shadow would appear if she underwent a little suffering. You got the better of me this time. You deserve to know at least that much.
Enough is enough. I've never been so irritated knowing that I can't do anything to whoever is controlling Labras.
This time, so your scheme hasn't ended.
Well then, everyone, until we meet again.
The communication cuts off abruptly without answering me. Labras immediately slumps to her knees. Before I can even begin to move, Aige-san is already at Labras' side to support her. Aige-san looks at me and nods, confirming that Labras is alright. Thank goodness. Labras is okay. I feel a bit of my strength drain from me. Still, the sword in my hand feels awfully heavy. Mitsuru-san speaks up from behind me, even as I consider this.
It seems whoever our adversary is, they're connected to us. I advise you not to get involved in this matter any further. From here on, you should leave this to us.
What? Wait a second. We went through this whole big thing and that's it?
She's right. There's no way in hell we're backing out of this now.
I understand how you feel, but this is too dangerous for you. We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you. Trust in us and let us work.
My friends bristle at Mitsuru-san's proposal. After all, we've come this far and we already knew about the dangers. There's so much I want to say, but I can't understand why they'd want us to stay away.
Guys, I think we can trust Mitsuru-san. We should let them handle this.
My friends respond with looks of shock. Of course they don't agree, but now is not the time to complicate matters. One of them should understand why I'm backing down so easily. Yosuke can't. Ich würde sagen Yosuke, weil ja, Yosuke ist ein bisschen. Ich denke mal ein bisschen verständnisvoller und Yosuke kennen wir ein paar Monate länger als Kanji. I stare directly into Yosuke's eyes for a moment, hoping that he understands my intention here. Come on, Yosuke, back me up.
Yeah. We're all tired, so let's just get the heck out of here.
Smooth, Yosuke. Oh, well. I sneak a glance towards Mitsuru-san and the others to see if they've picked up on this, but none of them appear to have noticed. Maybe they're just pretending not to notice. Well, in any case, it means we've been let go for now. I sigh with relief before urging everyone into the exit TV. When I return to the real world, exhaustion from the events of the day catch up to me. I'm more tired than I'd expected. Then again, I had been fighting all this time. It can't be helped. Everyone else seems tired too, so we decide to go out separate ways for the day. Still, everyone is safe, Labrys included. It'll still be a while before this case is completely closed, but I think we can assume that the disturbance has been settled for now. I worry about the mastermind that had taken control of Labrys, but I need to rest for now. When I get back home, Nanako greets me with a bright smile. The moment I see that, all the exhaustion of the day hits me, along with a profound sense of relief. I can't keep myself from staggering. Nanako and my uncle were worried a bit by that, but that doesn't bother me at all. There was something I wanted to do in my room, but I hadn't even been in my room for an hour when my awareness melts into the darkness. Okay. I wake up to my phone ringing. According to the call, we're supposed to meet up at the outskirts of the shopping district at the crossroads in front of a gas station. When I arrived, the other members of the investigation team had already shown up. Surprisingly, the one who called us was Labrys. She wanted us to come so that she could say her farewells to us.
Woo, is that it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Oh man, it's so long. What the heck kind of car is that? How does it even turn corners?
Long limousine drives up to us with surprising speed. It's so long that I can't believe that it was able to handle the country roads of Inaba. I don't think I'll ever see another automobile like this in my life. The limo slows to a stop and smoothly parks beside us. Mitsuru-san climbs out of the back seat and nods to us. Labrys and Akihiko-san are in the back seat as well.
You're looking good, Labrys.
Sorry I made you come here all of a sudden, but there was something I really wanted to tell you guys.
When I look at her, Labrys smiles and looks embarrassed. She takes a moment to look around at all of us, then continues.
I decided to work with Mitsuru-san. I want to catch the darn culprit. Not only that, but, you know how you guys had my back during this whole mess? Yeah. This time, I want to get yours.
You go and do that.
I can't help but smile at the conviction and trust in her words. Labrys has faced her weakness and accepted it, and she's about to begin walking towards the goal she found on her own. That's why I don't see any reason to stop her. It'll be sad to see her go, but this decision is one Labrys made for herself.
This definitely ain't the last you've seen of me. When I come back, we'll hang out some, okay?
Okay.
I'll be waiting, and so will everyone else.
Come back soon.
To lose such a rare beauty again, it's so tragic.
That's what you're sad about?
Everyone has their own response to Labrys' news. But one thing's for sure, we'll be waiting for her. There's no lie behind that sentiment. After all, she's our friend. Mitsuru-san tells Labrys that it's time, and they get back into the limo. Labrys looks me right in the eye. She seems as if she might cry at any second, but is resolved not to. She smiles.
You guys are the best. I'm glad it was you who were there when I woke up. Well, see ya!
Man and machine. I wonder if there's truly a difference between them anymore. The thought comes to me as we wave our final goodbyes to Labrys. The limo demonstrates impressive agility as it speeds off down the narrow rural roads. That's the idea.
Aw, she's really gone. Seriously, wish she could have stayed a little longer.
I would have liked that myself, but they have their own tasks that must be done.
Jag ska I a glance after Naoto says that their own tasks, huh? It's not just theirs. We smile at each other. Ever since I answered Mitsuru-san's proposal inside the TV, I've had my mind made up. Yosuke already knows how I think. Then again, that conversation wasn't very long. It had only been this morning. I don't know how she found my number, but after Labrys' phone call earlier, I decided to cook breakfast for Nanako and my uncle. Nanako hears me making noise in the kitchen and stands next to me excited.
I'll help too.
Was denn das für eine dünne Gurke? I panic for a moment when Nanako reaches for the other cutting board and a knife. I consider stopping her, then decide not to.
If you're gonna use the knife, be careful, okay? Make sure you don't cut yourself.
How does the room tribute game? Ich hab schon drüber nachgedacht. Irgendwann werde ich's auf jeden Fall mal machen, ja. Oder Hand ist sehr groß. Das kann natürlich sein, ja.
I'm always careful when I cook with you.
Nanako picks up a cucumber from the counter and begins slicing it diagonally. Her skills are still clumsy and unsteady, but all I do is caution her about how to hold the knife, and then I watch her work without intervening. She doesn't have to become a master all at once. All it takes is constant progress, little by little. The same can be said for me or anybody. Even though things may hurt us and we may want to give up, we just have to keep trying as many times as it takes until we see our goals through. Instead of nothing changing, I wish to see everything changing along with myself.
Oops, sorry, Nanako. Could you put the knife down for a second?
Okay.
I ensure that Nanako has put down the knife before I answer my phone. I didn't have to look at the screen to know who was calling.
Hello? Is this Yosuke?
Like you don't know. Listen, about yesterday.
I thought this was coming.
Yosuke rushes on as if irritated that we have to have this conversation over the phone, but I imagine to calm him down. Yosuke, blah blah blah, it's funny that he's getting so excited over this, but I'm glad he managed to wait the whole night before calling me.
Yosuke, do you remember the Moonlight Bridge? The one from our class trip?
Yeah, sure. I used to be a city boy too, remember? Hey, were you checking out the Kirijo group online?
Perceptive as always, now that's my partner. When I went back to my room last night, I'd spent as much time as I could searching for information about the Kirijo group online before I fell asleep. Of course, there wasn't anything about an organization involving Labrys or Aike-san, but the little I did find was better than nothing. Yosuke asks me if I plan to go back on my word to Mitsuru-san and the others. I did say that we ought to trust them to solve this mystery, but I never said we should let them do it alone. After all, the person behind everything may be after us. On top of that, they were using others in horrific ways.
We can't back down from this, right?
Now you're talking, partner.
Yosuke and I continue to talk. We know that we're getting closer and closer to a battle with an enemy we haven't even seen yet. There's only one thought in my mind. No matter what kinds of hardship await us on our path, we will continue to fight on, as long as we have friends that will walk the path alongside us. Nanako watches me talk to my cell phone and smiles.
You seem excited, big bro.
I smile back at her innocent face before making a confident declaration.
The investigation team is back in action.
Yeah. Wo ist Rizos? Weiß ich gar nicht. Ganz am Anfang habe ich zumindest noch eine Zuschauerliste von Smashcast gesehen. Aber inzwischen ist da auch nichts, keiner mehr da. So, das war die Storyline von Yu Narukami. Ja. Ja. You can now continue from the cliffhanger in Naoto, Mitsuru, Akiko und Aige's story.
Mind and matter. Now then, why don't you introduce yourself?
Moment, Naoto habe ich nur noch. Doch, Naoto habe ich. Aiges, Mitsuru und Akiko, okay. Ja gut, eine andere Story jetzt weiterzumachen, habe ich nicht so viel Lust. Ja, Margaret. Beim nächsten Mal machen wir dann, weiß nicht, entweder, ich würde sagen, entweder Aiges Story fertig oder Teddy, weil die haben wir schon angefangen gehabt. Und wenn wir mit den beiden dann fertig sind, fangen wir dann eine von den anderen an. Ja. Wir werden alle Pfade spielen. Nacheinander. Immer mal weiter. Ja. Damit wir auch die komplette 100%ige Story kennen und dann mit Persona 4 Arena Ultimax weitermachen können. Mit dem Nachfolger von dem.